Hello everybody, my name is Walter and today I want to show you how you can build my simple 10 by 10 volt trapdoor. So what is all of that about? So as you can see, I have this smooth floor here with a 10 by 10 opening in the middle. The walls don't look like much except for some interesting looking obsidian blocks in there, but at the moment there's not much going on, which changes if I flick this lever here. And as you can see, quite fast this opening here gets closed up and I'm left with this funnel or volt trapdoor design. Now this design is only one-sided, so if you look at it from the bottom and maybe get some night vision going on, you can see that it looks not as smooth, but nevertheless quite mechanical and interesting from the bottom. If you flick the lever again, it will obviously open up again. Let's get rid of that. So as you can see, after just a few seconds, the whole system is opened up again and I'm back to the smooth chute here. So that's what I want to show you today. Now with that out of the way, let's talk about the sizes. So in total it's a footprint of 24 by 24 with the 10 by 10 opening right in the middle. And the whole circuitry goes 7 blocks below the floor. So if you count the floor, it's 8 blocks high. If you want to build it as shown in this tutorial, you will need these resources here. So a lot of building blocks, obviously more than just one stack, but a lot of them. Then 16 slabs, 84 slime blocks, 80 obsidian blocks, 179 redstone dust, 17 redstone torches, 46 repeaters, 16 comparators, 44 observers, 64 or a full stack of sticky pistons, 44 normal pistons, 8 node blocks, 16 hoppers, a single lever, and then 5 stacks of items with a stack size of 16, so 80 in total. I'm using X for this tutorial, but you can use, for example, also buckets or snowboards or similar. And with that out of the way, let's show you how to build this trapdoor here. So the first step is actually marking where the opening will be in the future floor. So in this instance here, I have this 12 by 12 ring with the obvious opening here being 10 by 10. Due to symmetry, I will from now on just show you how to build the front quarter here. The other 3 quarters are built exactly the same. The only difference is, well, they are rotated around. So I will show you how to build this quarter and then copy it another 3 times during the cuts. Anyway, let's get started. So you go to the inside of this system and count from the right corner of the side you're working with, the 3rd block. From this block, you go another 3 blocks towards the outside and then 7 blocks down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the 7th one is an obsidian block. And then you can remove those blocks for now. Then, starting from this block, go up with another 2 obsidian blocks diagonally upwards towards the outside. And then a normal block like this here. Put redstone dust on top of them. Then a diagonal block down with some redstone dust on top. Cut this off with another full block. Then we need a full block here with a comparator in subtract mode running into this block. Add 2 blocks here, again comparators on top of them. Then we need a block here, and on top of this block we need actually a sticky piston powering downwards like this here. Then grab 2 hoppers and place them facing each other right behind the 2 of those comparators here. Place a block in this corner, then a torch there, block below this hopper, and then a diagonal block here, so we can put some redstone dust there, like this here. Then a full block next to this hopper, and a torch there. And then place 20x inside of this hopper here, and the transfer should stop at 9x transferred. Then grab another normal block, place it below this block with the torch there, and take an output from this block here with a repeater on 4 ticks, like this here, which you run into another full block. Then a lower block around this corner with a repeater on 2 ticks on top. This again runs into a raised block with a lower block around the corner, and here another repeater on 4 ticks, basically running into this torch. And to make sense, we place an observer on top with a full block on top of that. Then let's go to this right side here, and next to this repeater there, we start with a row of 4 blocks. Put down 3 repeaters, 1 on 3 ticks, and following that 2 on 4 ticks, and some redstone wire there. Grab observers and place them looking at the wire and the first repeater there. Put redstone dust on top of those 2. Then a full block in front of this observer there, and a lowered block diagonal to this one. Then go 1 out, 1 up, and 1 more up, and put down 3 redstone wire, which should connect those observers here with this piston. And now make sure you cut off the wire here with a full block. Then we need to go up a layer with a block here. Go to this block over there, put a upside down slab next to this piston, then add another 2 blocks here, and then 1 step to the back, another 2 blocks. So we can now place a row of redstone wire all the way from this side here to this point there. And this point here essentially will be our input for later, but for now it's time to continue with some mechanical components over there. Grab a couple sticky pistons and start next to this top piston of this staircase there with a column of 4 sticky pistons, as you can see here. Then place an observer next to the top sticky piston. Put slime blocks in an L shape in front of the 5 blocks you just placed. Then at the top of this L shape we need another 3 sticky pistons around, like so. Grab 4 slime blocks, place them in front of this sticky piston in a straight shape. Then place a normal piston on top of the second slime block there. Then we need another 4 slime blocks in an L shape like this here, so 3 in a row and then 1 to the side. Put 2 normal pistons up like this. And then we need another 4 in an L shape, this time 2 to the front and then another 2 to the side like this here. So essentially we have no gap, 1 wide gap, 2 wide gap. Then grab some more normal pistons and place them diagonal to those 3 slime blocks here. Go behind the entire thing. First add 2 slime blocks here, a third one there. In this corner we need some redstone wire. Then another obsidian block right there. Grab normal blocks, place 1 next to this observer, then 1 diagonal towards the back there, and upside down slab there. Put down 3 redstone wire as you can see here. Put observers looking at this wire and this wire here, and run them into full blocks. Add another full block here with some redstone dust on top, and a full block like this here. Then let's go and add another full block here, followed by a node block in this corner. An observer on top of this normal piston there. And then go to the inside here and place 5 sticky pistons in a row going inwards like this here. And now let's place just a couple blocks in front of the slime blocks and the pistons, as you can see here. Then while we're there, let's actually go and start with some obsidian blocks wherever slime blocks will be involved. Don't go further yet, we are still adding parts to this side here, but this side is pretty much done. Here we need to go further down, or those slime blocks will get stuck at some point. 1 more and 1 there. And with that, the rest of this wall, or this half of the wall, can actually be filled in with blocks. Like this here, and here we can also already go down. And now it's time to copy it a few times. And after that, let's go back to this line of Y here that's currently going nowhere. Add another 2 upside down slabs to this row, followed by a normal block. then a lowered and a raised normal block. Put redstone dust on top of all of them except for the last one, which instead gets a torch to the side. Then let's place our second hopper pair right here. And while we're there, let's already place 10 items inside of them. Doesn't really matter what items, as long as they are stackable. Then let's go and place our second node block per quarter in this corner here. And then below that we need an observer, which has a block hovering below it with some redstone dust on top, and then a block right here. Then let's grab another observer and place it looking at this sticky piston there. The observer runs into a full block with a sticky piston on this side here, and then the sticky piston has a spit out observer like this here, and then on top of this current gap we need a full block. Then while we're down here, let's go below this block here, 2 blocks down, then another 3 blocks to the front, and then another 2 blocks to the side until we run into this slime block here, and then just place redstone dust on top, as you can see there. Now let's place a block next to this row of hoppers, then a lowered and a raised block. In this gap we need our comparator with a torch to the side here. On top of the torch we need a block, another block here, redstone dust there, and a repeater on 4 ticks running in this direction, directly into a observer. Then go one lower down, we need a 2x3 platform. Make an L shape of wire, a repeater on 4 ticks and 2 ticks here. Then right next to this block with the wire, we need to go and place a normal piston facing downwards. And then place in front of the 2 repeaters sticky pistons, so we get our double piston extender. Then a row of 4 normal pistons like this here. Then grab some slime blocks and place them in a row of 4, just like this here. Now while we're here, let's actually close up this front part here. So first 2 obsidian blocks here, third one there. And then the rest of the wall can be filled in with normal blocks. Make sure the blocks here are actually movable. So that's the wall finished up, but we are still missing part of the circuitry. So this part is pretty simple. Block in front of the observer. Then a lowered block here with some redstone dust on top. Raised block to either side. Then we need another lowered block here. Again redstone dust. Raised block here. And then another lowered block down there with a repeater on 1 tick running into this last piston there. And that should actually be all. So let's simply test this segment here, or this quarter here, by powering this line. So if we power this line, you should see this whole segment closing up. And if we depower it, the whole thing should retract and flatten out again. So that's 1 quarter done, and once you have finished the other quarters, it's time to interconnect the 4 sides. Now for this there are 2 options. The first is essentially just running a wire externally all around the system here and triggering all 4 quadrants at the same time, which would mean that they are all moving in sync, which has a much more mechanical look. Downside is this is quite a bit more expensive than the alternative, and you also have to make sure that you power all these lengthy wires here completely. So this wire here is the input, but you have to make sure that you power it strong enough that you can actually reach both ends, or the whole system here will not work properly. So that's the first option, but the one I want to show you here is the spiral option. So basically you chain the 4 quarters together to make a spiral interaction going on. So first you need to figure out where you want to start, and in this example I actually want to start, let's see, I want to start in this corner here. So I want to start with this side here. So for that, let's first make sure that we can actually power this from the surface. So let's place a torch here. And now this side here is closing up. Put some redstone wire on top, block on top, and you can already see this is now inside of the future floor. So now that is the actual input. Now we need to interconnect the different systems. And what we essentially need to do is connect this end of this wire here with the beginning of the next corresponding wire of this module. And for that, just place a block here. Ah, wait, let's actually get some gold here to make this a bit more obvious. So gold here, then we go up a layer, then we go down 2 layers, up again, and then around the corner, down and up again. Then 2 wire here, and a repeater there, and a repeater here, and to make the whole sequence smooth and not stuttery, I would recommend putting one of those repeaters on 1 and the other on 2 ticks. Now let's quickly do the same here. Another 2 times in total. And once we are done with that, I will show you again the whole sequence. So last one. And with that we are done. Here we obviously don't need to interconnect. And you can see you get this smooth looking sequence going on. And the opening works the same way. And with that, the last part is actually filling in the floor. And voila! So as you can see, the build is now finished, and that means we have also reached the end of this tutorial for my simple 10 by 10 volt trapdoor. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and well, see ya!